So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Roma Theory. Massive news. Chris Smalling has accepted a contract extension. He will end his career at Roma because he has signed a new contract until 2025. 2 more years in this great club, and what a player he is. I mean, if you love Chris Smalling, you gotta smash the like button in this live stream, because if you don't love him. And he's sensational. The way he defends, the way he hits the ball with his forehead, the way he just has that Jamaican delight in his hair with those braids. Everything you want is in Chris Smalling. And let me tell you one thing. If he was playing yesterday night with Bayern Munich against Man City instead of Upamecano, they would not have scored 3 goals. No, with all due respect, I like Upamecano. He's a great player, but Smalling's better. Smalling's Smalling, if you see what I mean. And it's great news. I'm buzzing. It's great news because it's coming before a massive game. And when you've got a news like this before such a game, then the entire morale of the team just lifts up. It lifts up like angels and all of that. So it's great. It's really great news, and I think he's wanted it, and you can see that you can see from how the deal went that he's wanted this extension, and that according to Smalling, money is not the priority, because yes, I think he is earning a little bit more than what he is, but nothing major. He's earning 7 million in the space of 2 years. He's earning 3.5 million each season for 2 more seasons until 2025. I want to start off this live stream by reading the little statement, the little article which sums everything up. You know me, I like to refer to these things. So yeah, let's read it. No, there won't be a new Mkhitaryan departure this summer. As Stefano Carina writes in Il Messaggero, Smalling has finally found an agreement for the renewal with Roma. The Englishman said yes and is ready to sign a 2-year deal, which will lead him to around 7 million over the 2 years. A long back and forth which ended happily after the relaunch of general manager Thiago Pinto and the blitz of his agent in the city around Easter time, who smiles at the Giallorossi and gives Mourinho one more certainty. Jose himself, who on Saturday after the Torino game made a distinction between his contractual situation and that of the defender. Linked events? No. Smalling is Smalling and I am me. I have an extra year on my contract. Smalling doesn't. This is what Mourinho said post-match after Torino. Now the scenario has reversed. The Englishman will sign until 2025. Jose remains stuck for now at 2024. But for someone like him who is not used to thinking like a little boy, Smalling's confirmation is the best response at the level of programs that could be expected. Because okay, future strategies will certainly have to be established, but knowing that you can start yet another season from the defensive pillar in the best visiting card that the Fredkins could deliver to his coach. And I just think, I agree with this, because this obviously is a deal which sticks sticks Smalling to Roma. I also think it's a massive deal for Mourinho's future. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong, Mourinho's future is not dependent on Smalling signing a new contract. But if by the 12th of April, so 2 months to go until the end of the season, Mourinho knows that general manager Thiago Pinto has renewed the biggest defender in this team's contract and is ready to renew El Shaarawy's contract too, that is giving confirmations. That's telling Mourinho, I want you to stay. I have signed the contract, the contracts of the players which ended up this season. I've extended one contract up to now. I'm going to work on El Shaarawy's contract. That is great news, not for him, but for the entire fan base and for the entire team. Because I personally think Smalling has decided to extend his contract partly due to the fans and his affection to this club. But already the fact that fans compare him with Maldini is something which a player loves to see. And when a player gets that affection, I never thought Smalling would have ever doubted signing a new contract with Roma. It was all a matter of time, however. It was all a matter of, right, Thiago Pinto, it's your step now. You gotta offer that money to him. So I never thought Smalling would say no. The only little thing which could have triggered is if Smalling said, I want to stay, but I want a Champions League confirmation. Because personally, my career is about to end, and I would like to just end my career by playing in the Champions League. So that was the only thing which I was scared about when it comes to Smalling. But Smalling never mentioned Champions League. Smalling never mentioned Champions League. Smalling never went, oh, my future is linked to Champions League. No, he's never said that, which fully means that he's willing to take part in the future of this team for 2 more seasons, even if we don't qualify for Champions League. And that's great news, because at least in worst case scenarios, if we don't get Champions League football, Smalling's staying. And Smalling's future wasn't 100% linked to the Champions League. But as I just said, I think it's also something. I think it's a signal which Thiago Pinto's also and the Fredkins are sending to Mourinho. Because look, realistically speaking, we could have easily signed Smalling's deal in June. We could have signed Smalling's new contract the second the season ended. The same outcomes would have come. But signing Smalling's contract 2 months before the season ends is the best thing the manager could hear. Because if Mourinho now knows that Smalling stays and that one of our best players is staying, that's a signal from the ownership and from the board in preparing Mourinho's future too. Look, I just said that Smalling staying is big. I think Smalling staying in these next few years means that he will be our defensive pillar even in these next 2 years. I think our defense will be built around Smalling, and there will be people which agree with this and people which don't agree with this, seeing Smalling's age. And I just, obviously, in 2025, in his last season, I don't expect Smalling to play the amount of games that he's playing right now. But this is a move which enables us to build the defense around Chris Smalling. And I don't care if you agree with this, don't agree with this, oh, Smalling's too old to build the defense around it. Smalling has never played a game with this team at low levels. If it wasn't for Chris Smalling this season, we would not be 3rd place. The amount of clean sheets which were due to Smalling's performances, and Mancini and Ibanez too, we can't undermine what they did. But I'm the first one to say that Mancini and Ibanez play like this because they've got Chris Smalling in the middle. And I just think if we keep Smalling in the middle, it also means that you're giving a great sense of consistency to Mancini's performances and Ibanez's performances too. Because, look, the second Smalling doesn't play and Ibanez and Mancini play by themselves without Smalling in the middle, then we normally concede goals. When all of the 3 play together with Smalling in the middle, we keep a lot of clean sheets. Smalling's a leader. Smalling's not only a defender in this team. Smalling's a leader. Smalling is a communicator. And that is one of the reasons why Mancini and Ibanez have been playing at very high levels lately. And I am very buzzing about this news because I want our defense to continue to be like this in the next few years. Obviously, adding more players and maybe getting a few of them out, like Kumbula, we could monetize a bit from that and buy someone like Ndika, who's a free agent, and use Kumbula's money to pay his salary. I just think extending Smalling's contract was the base of everything when it comes to rebuilding our defense. The first step in rebuilding our defense was renewing Smalling's contract. The second we renewed Smalling's contract, we can focus on what goes around Smalling, such as Ndika, maybe new fullbacks, Grimaldo, renewing Spina's contract. But I think everything, the trunk of the defensive tree is Chris Smalling. It's the base of our revolution in defense. And will it be a revolution? I don't think it will be a revolution. I think we'll sign new defenders, and I think some of our defenders will leave. It won't be a general revolution. It will be, good net worth of players leaving, players coming in. But yeah, I mean, it's great news, and Another reason why I love this news today is because, as I said at the start, it's coming before a very important game. And if Smalling himself renews the contract, let's say he renewed the contract this morning, and tomorrow he's playing against Feyenoord, he's, he knows that he'll be with this team for the next 2 years. So let's start it well. Let's start these next 2 years from tomorrow with a great performance. And I don't think it's just an individual thing. I also think the morale of the team lifts when the general teammates know that the biggest defender on the team has renewed the contract. It's great news to all of them. So I think it's massive news. I think I'm very proud of this, and I am very happy at Thiago Pinto here, because if our summer window continues like this, like if our summer window is dedicated just as Smalling's new contract, then I think Thiago Pinto is in for a great job. If he puts the same dedication in all of the moves, buying players and selling players, as he's putting into this, renewing this Smalling contract, because as I said, if Thiago Pinto could have renewed this in June, nobody would have cared. But one person would have cared, and that person is Mourinho. And renewing this in April gives us a big signal to the manager. So yeah, very happy about this. This is great news indeed. Smalling is their fourth best player, hyped he is staying. Upamecano gave them a free goal, maybe two indeed. Just mean Mourinho is here for a few more years. I don't think he would sign without certain things in place. Kumbula's a flop. We should go for a Scalvini. Yeah, but the two don't make sense. I mean, selling Kumbula to sign Scalvini would be just... Thiago Pinto has to get a statue if he manages to do that. I don't think he will be. We can get Scalvini for Kumbula. Scalvini is great, but the two are not non-comparable up to now. Atalanta isn't selling Scalvini. I'm happy with Llorente, but Ndika would be great as he's also free agent this summer. Smalling vegan power. The same three centre-backs before Jose arrived, let in 50 plus goals. The whole team must be organised to help the defence. Yeah, and I think, we play defensive football. So the ones which benefit the most from this are the defenders. But again, the good thing here is that he's shown loyalty. He's shown something which a lot of players haven't shown. One of them we all know about, Nicola Zaniolo. You see, he's shown loyalty because, it's something. I think it's something about his experience. He knows that at 33 years old, the most important thing in your career is having the affection of the fans. Because if you go to a team which plays Champions League, maybe you wouldn't even be a starter. So Smalling started his adventure with Roma and wants to end his adventure with Roma. It's a process. It's a journey. Trust the process. So I just think he didn't put money on top of everything. He didn't put prestige in front of everything, which I would have understood. For a player like him, he's been performing well, coming towards the end of his career. Maybe you won that Champions League run. But I think being the most experienced player in this team truly also makes you understand that being the most experienced player, that some decisions have to be made looking at the realistic side. Maybe Smalling would have loved a Champions League run in his last year of Champions League. But Smalling's been a realist, and he was like, I would love it. But first of all, I'd rather play in the Champions League with this team, which has, shown me love from day one. And second, if I move to a team which plays Champions League football right now, am I going to be a starter? Or would I rather reach Champions League with this team and be a big part of it? And I think that's what he reflected upon. And he's shown loyalty. And I think everyone is happy here, starting from himself, from the fans to the club, to Mourinho, who'll be very happy with this, and also to you got to give credit to Pinto and yeah, to Pinto here. That's my take on it. But yeah, great news. Look, it's a double stream today. I'll catch you later tonight for Mourinho's press conference. I believe he's speaking at 6:30 Italian time, so I'll probably go live 1 hour after his press conference to analyze it and give my reaction upon it. So yeah, stay tuned and come back to the next live stream. Smash the like button for Chris Smalling. Look. I mean, I don't even have to tell you this. If you're a true Roma fan and you truly love Smalling, you have already smashed the like button in this video, because Smalling has put us fans on top of everything. So smash that like button for Smaldini. I will catch you later tonight. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you very soon. Simon, out.